Black Phone, man. It's entertaining. It's some marks that they missed. I didn't really understand, why they threw that in there. I guess, runtime. It's cool, man. It's a good little entertaining movie. Kids getting kidnapped. I mean, that's not entertaining, but yeah, kids getting kidnapped or whatever. Best friend of the main character gets kidnapped. Then the main character get kidnapped. His sister got powers. She can like dream and see stuff or whatever. And then I guess he got powers too. But I feel like all the kids there can hear the phone ring, but for some reason, I don't know. I don't know who the fuck got powers in the movie. That kind of threw me off because I think all the kids was hearing the little phone that's the wire is clipped, but it rings and they talking about the man can hear it ring too, but he ignores it. So the nigga basically kidnaps kids and plays a game called Naughty Boy. And when they do shit like don't listen or try to escape, he beats them and eventually like he murders them for being bad. So technically, I guess you're just supposed to stay down there and be good. Shit was weird. But so once the main character gets kidnapped, his best friend had been previously kidnapped too. He gets a phone call from that little phone in that room, answers it. It's a kid that got kidnapped a while ago, telling him where he hid some shit in that room, or telling him what to dig. Like every time the phone rings, it's a kid that was kidnapped in there previously that kind of walks him through how to get out, like what they did. So I guess it's like all of their feats combined, and he's the final person. Silly, but whatever. So his friend is the last person to call him and shit, and the girl brings them to the girl. The police end up the girl brings them to the area where shit is kidnapped because the police start listening to her because of her dreams. Even though the father's like, nah, you ain't having no fucking dreams because your mom was crazy with them dreams and she killed herself. So he beats the daughter, like shit like that. He don't want the daughter talking about them dreams. And she's like, well, what if it could help? My brother and blah blah. So he's like, all right. So they go to the neighborhood. They go to the motherfucking house where the boy is kidnapped. But the kidnapper is not there. His brother is there. His brother is actually has a whole map of shit and he's trying to help. And he's like, yo, we gonna fucking, it's gotta be one of these houses right here. But the police not really paying that nigga no mind. He's like, yo, I narrowed it down to this place. Like, so and the whole time it's the brother, the kidnapper. So the little boy he almost gets out one of the times. He get down the street. He yells. People motherfucking turn their lights on. Who turn their light on and don't like look out the window or don't step out? If you gonna turn the light on, I feel like you might as well go all the way with the shit. Two houses turn the lights on because the boy was screaming down the street. A little nigga screaming down the street. You ain't show a window don't crack or nothing. Then he go, the nigga's like, yo, shut up, I'm gonna kill you, blah blah. He catches the boy, bring him back to the house. So he's like, yeah, today's the day, blah, blah, blah. So the girl has another dream. She has a dream of one of the little boys who got kidnapped a long time ago. Even though he wasn't no little boy, that nigga was big as fuck. She had his address in her head. So that she sent the police there. The police is really listening to this youngin's dreams, son. That shit crazy. So they listen to her dreams. They go to the house. It's like empty. Mind you, the dude's getting ready to kill the boy. But he's out like grabbing all the kill stuff, probably the lie, the shovel, and all that shit. Man, the brother of the killer he look at the map. I don't know what he saw because it ain't make sense to me. But he looked at something. He's like, what the fuck is this house? Basically, he goes to a door that he ain't never went to. I don't know why he ain't went to it. He opened it, and because once you open that door, it's stairs that lead to a fucking dungeon. And he ain't never went to that jump. The house is small, so it ain't like no mansion or nothing like that. Shit in the kitchen. That room is in the kitchen. Once you open that kit door in the kitchen, it go down to the dungeon. But it's like soundproof and shit. So he go down there and he's like, yo, don't you want to hear the story about how I found you, blah, blah. That nigga just talking like, nah, man, we gotta get out of here. And then the brother come back and kill him. Kill his brother. And he's like, man, I'm gonna kill you, blah, blah. But the boy set up all the traps with the help of them. He basically ends up, murdering Ethan Hawke and shit, man, with a phone, and then he choked the shit out of him, and he throws some steak at the dog. I don't know where he got a steak from, but he threw a steak at the dog. Dog get out the way. He's basically at the house across the street from where the girl brought the police. Where the girl brought the police is the house where he buries everybody. So I guess somehow he gets them bodies into that house across the street, and man, it's cool though. It's entertaining, man. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm saying, like it's chill, but it's got a nice little build up, but it's kind of silly at the same time, man. Like, who got the powers? Like, the sister got the powers. I'm guessing the boy had some type of powers because he hear that phone. But I think they was saying everybody in that going down in that room hear that phone. So I'm like, nigga, everybody got powers in that whole shit. So then when he go back to school, I guess that's why they had him get beat up that one time, so they could kind of show that he was a loser. And then they're like, yo, that's the guy that killed the killer. Like, I thought he'd be bigger, blah, blah. How y'all didn't know who this nigga was? He been in school, show, whatever. So, then he's just like, he's like the cool guy in school, man. He murdered the murderer and shit, man. I was entertained, though. I'd get that on like an 8 out of 10. It's worth the watch. It's just, some shit they don't fill in. Like the mom's powers and going crazy and shit. Like, what the fuck was she seeing and all that stuff, man? What was up with her? Because he was like, I don't want his daughter to turn out like that, like end up killing herself. And then he was just a fucking alcoholic. I didn't even think the nigga worked, but he was talking about the people who came to his job one day, because that nigga was just drinking all the motherfucking time. Then he beat his daughter because the police came to his job. I'm like, nigga, you work? I mean, I know the bills got to get paid, but every time they showed the house, the nigga was in that joint with a bottle in his hand, man. But yeah, man, Black Phone.